Hello, hello. We are live here on SplatoonTourney 3, bringing you the LAN Championship Showdown. I'm so excited. I am here joined by the lovely Pinky. Do introduce yourself.
Hello, thank you for that wonderful leading to the stream, Fufu. My name is Broken Pinky, and today's a big day. It's been leading all the way up to this day. It is the Splatoon LAN Championships finale. So many LANs have taken place across the country, and now the winner of each of these LANs have come together in one 8-player bracket, and we can see this beautiful graphic that JPEG made for us.
Beautiful. Wow, wait, we have gone to the depths. Apparently, New York is in Canada. So is... I love to see it. But we have, there we go. We can see the entire map here. We're just seeing everyone. We have Washington, California. We have everyone under the sun.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. My goats at Booyah Bay. Where's my Sunset Surge? Yep, that's her representing over here, by the way, from Sunset Surge. Hello, hello.
Yeah, we got a little H-Town splashdown action here, repping Texas. We got, of course, Gatorland from Gainesville, Florida. Good buddy Weef ran that tournament. Love the guy. Big Dapple, of course, from New York. We got New Inkland from Boston. And, of course, Chicago. We got Chai Shoals.
Never forget Chicago. Yep. So right now we have 8 teams from 8 different states battling out to see who is going to be on top out of all of these states. Right now we're going to have all our matches casted on different channels right here. SplatoonTourney 1 we're having no boys allowed and C-tier players. SplatoonTourney 2 having prickly player Grah and Siku got kicked out. Of course here on SplatoonTourney 3 we have my little Henlo and awk-taw-puh-dees, I think? Question mark?
I think we're going with awk-taw-puh-dees in that one.
Okay, because it could get a lot worse. And then on SplatoonTourney 4, we have Glub Glub and Sea Bubble. So every match here is going to have a broadcast on it, all eyes, everyone can see. And of course, on SplatoonTourney itself, we'll have our analyzers and our live look-ins. So the action everywhere. Nothing is going to be missed.
Yeah, this feels like one where you got to get 4 or 5 monitors up and just get all the little streams because there's just so much going on all at once, and you don't want to have to miss any of it, but like there's just only so much Splatoon you can watch on one monitor. There's just it's crazy just how much like the undertaking that the SplatoonTourney org had to go through just to put all this together. Just truly incredible undertaking to bring just such a cool concept like this. I've never seen anything like this for Splatoon, but it's just so cool, man.
So it is, and again, within the last 2 years, we've been seeing an incredible amount of locals start popping up. So to see these locals that have been showing up from different regions all come together and just bring together this amazing event, it's so exciting. The power of locals is crazy, and I hope to see just so many more pop up. We have our big 8 right here, but we still have some. Many more states. We have a bunch of more regions that we can cover. Ooh, you guys want to start locals so bad. Oh.
I mean, we got MomoCon coming up in just a little bit. I think there might be a Gommel bracket. I forget. There might not be. But obviously after that is Riptide, which that's the big one.
Oh, Riptide. I'm super excited for when that comes around. But right now, here on SplatoonTourney 3, we are going to have my little Henlo representing Gatorland and awk-taw-puh-dees representing Chai Shoals.
Yeah, so in this tournament, my little Henlo is going to be the seed 1, awk-taw-puh-dees is going to be the seed 8 here, but that's not super indicative. Both these teams, I think, had a clean sweep of their respective LANs. So definitely very strong players on both sides here. We got a little bit of a, look into the players here, what each of them are rocking here, but obviously my little Henlo. You got Henlo, you have Datkid, you have Lexi Splat, really strong players. On awk-taw-puh-dees, you got Clover, Ali, Leonidas, and Cammy, so it's going to be some really cool stuff. I think awk-taw-puh-dees running double Tetra Bamboo, so that's going to be fun to watch. And we have our maps here starting on Zones, Hammerhead.
Oh, I'm going to play Booyah Bay for this matchup right here. This match in particular, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the only reason this thing is here is because they might be bringing in representative maps of lands into the tournament. And you know what? I'll have a talk with Rice himself. Totally not. But Hammerhead Bridge. We love our hallway map. This is going to be great for any backlines on the field. And of course, your crabs. We'll be going back to crab meta on this map. And of course, it's zone. So do not expect anything less of 30 seconds of painting the zone. Very straightforward, very, it's going to be directly butting heads. Of course, the pits that we got during that one update did us good. But other than that, there's not too much. It's not a really special map, in my opinion. It's just great. Run forward, smack each other, great. See who comes out of it alive.
I mean, it's Walleye Warehouse. We've played it for 9 years at this point. This is not no Hammerhead Bridge that I know of, but we're getting right into it here. The first set of the Splatoon LAN Championships between My Little Henlo and awk-taw-puh-dees, and we're going to get a nice look into this comp. Pretty standard stuff from My Little Henlo and awk-taw-puh-dees. Yup, double Tetra Bamboo Jr.
Oh my goodness. Yep. And nothing far from what we saw in the weapon pools earlier right here. I'm excited to see how that brush on the side of My Little Henlos is going to be doing their magic there. But it feels like there's going to be a lot of skirmishing from each side depending on where they can find themselves. This isn't the most ideal map to really be sneaky and all over the place. So I'm really curious to see how these teams are going to work around that.
Absolutely here. I mean, Wiper Brush is just an interesting combo in general, and I'm surprised to see it being pulled out here. Two are going to go down here on the side of awk-taw-puh-dees, so My Little Henlo moving up here, and they're just trying to keep control of the space in front of the zone. I mean, on zones, the name of the game is to just prevent the enemy from interacting with the middle of the map, and that's what My Little Henlo is going for. Hammered double here from Henlo, going to get things started really well for them, and trying to get the pick on the Tetra, but it's going to go down. Oh, but there's the wipeout.
Yeah, right there, Splat coming in to finish that quad up right here. My Little Henlo in such a beautiful spot right now, getting themselves nice and far into the base. They are 50 points down on that timer, and awk-taw-puh-dees really got to find a way to get in, but they're going to be going 3 down again.
That kid, the op stopper, the flop stopper on that ink brush is going on a tear, getting a double, gonna stall for time even more, and the points are just melting away here. Kami gonna be taken down from that reslider. Another slider being canceled here, and 15 points to go. This is looking like a very clean game 1 knockout for Henlo. It's just the bamboo alive as the other players are respawning here, and the zone is being held by this Neo Splash, and that is a clean 100-0 push from My Little Henlo.
Between the knockouts and then the 3 downs, My Little Henlo absolutely wasted no time to say, nope, we're knocking this one out. This is our game. Moving on. Just a beautiful teamwork right there. They just went in and said,
and that kid, of course, getting that little dab on the stream just to start things off here. I mean, yeah, My Little Henlo, they came in as pretty strong favorites. They are the seed 1 once again. They're very expected to win this tournament, and they're showing exactly why on the game 1. Even you take them to a weird map, they're just going to play their game. They're going to play their game well, and again, just a really strong start for them.
They locked in. There's nowhere to play around. You want to go through the brackets, you want to secure your spots, that's what you got to do. Curious on what our next map is going to be, though. Very curious.
Yeah. I think it is going to be Rainmaker onto that humpback, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Yes.
So, interesting one. A map I have a little bit of beef with, to say the least, but one of the Rainmaker options in this game for sure that sees a lot more play at this level. So, going to be interesting to see how these teams tackle it.
Absolutely here. This is what I like to call the playground of a map. It is very different from just about most of the maps in this game that are very much a hallway. This one's wide. This is a whole circle. It's a whole great. We're playing the sides. What's mid? We don't need it. And it turns a lot more chaotic when you add a golden fish to the center of the map. And this is the map that I like to say no point is safe unless that fish is knocked out. So again, curious. We saw a very dominant game from My Little Henlo not too long ago. I want to see awk-taw-puh-dees try to take it back here.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, no lead is safe unless it's a knockout. I also find this map kind of funny because I feel like every team has their normal map comp and then they have their humpback comp. So I'm curious to see, if we're going to see some stuff change up here, maybe some more AoE weapons, maybe some buckets, stuff like that. I'm not sure how well the dualies are going to play on this map, so that might kind of mess with awk-taw-puh-dees' style here, but even still, I think some things are going to change just because humpback is so different from the rest of the maps in this game with how it's just laid out in the slopes and mid and stuff.
And also considering the comps that we saw last game, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things that do stay relatively the same, especially considering they're meant to be rats. Like half of these weapons are meant, literally half the weapons in this set are meant to be rats. So I feel like to an extent it will work out. But once again, we're seeing this. I love this graphic so much.
It's so good. JPEG cooked. I could look absolute cinema. JPEG cooked. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of flanks here, Fufu. I'm going to be completely honest. I think the Tetras, the Wiper, the Brush, if any of those stay, they're going to be obnoxious. And I honestly love to see that.
I would really hope so. If you are not being obnoxious with half of these weapons, what are you doing? Go be silly. Go do things. Like,
go run. Go on
the place to do it.
Go on your silly little adventures. Go get your little. Go like touch the other side of the enemy base. Play a little capture the flag.
Yeah, you'll lose one of your members in the process with the golden fish. But hey, look, you can go be silly while they go play objective. I say this like these players don't know exactly what, like, they get it. They're gonna understand the assignment. I hope. Please understand the assignment.
Yeah, I sure hope so. But we're getting right into game 2 here of this set between My Little Henlo and awk-taw-puh-dees. Splooshomatic? Wellstring, okay.
Wellstring I really like. Wellstring is actually kind of based on this map. I cannot lie.
Yeah.
Pops a Rainmaker one go and literally says, yeah, you can't move here. I love that pick. Bias.
I love seeing Well and Rainmaker. It's just saying, we're winning this pop, we're winning mid in the beginning, and you just got to deal with that. But Splooshomatic, I've seen some people run it well, notably Enraged Jeff, but not going to be doing too much in that corner there, as we're going to be seeing a quick checkpoint being broken by awk-taw-puh-dees.
Right here, we are seeing that change of field here compared to where when My Little Henlo took a really big push last game. We are seeing awk-taw-puh-dees play their own game here. We are seeing out here having that Reef Slider just about ready in their position, just waiting for that perfect opportunity to get in there and give their team. And there it is! And they're able to take a pick off of it, giving their team just wait! The Rainmaker reset.
They didn't grab the golden fish, I guess. Just getting a little bit too lost in the sauce. And yeah, both Tetras actually going to go down for that. So that's kind of the push dead in the water. You know, if you get rid of the Tetras from awk-taw-puh-dees, their offense kind of falls apart because you have just that Wellspring and that Junior. So pretty good defense here from My Little Henlo. And now they're going to be trying to get on offense. But Wellstring just so hard to move around against.
Yeah, and there goes the Hammer just trying to take a pick off the field, but Rainmaker, I love the what you can actually do with this Rainmaker. Ooh, just narrowly escaping death, but just being able to put so much pressure on the field, especially when you have those rats as teammates right here. But it's going to be a little bit stally as we wait for just players to go down on either side. It's either going to be the end of that defense or, you know, oh, hello?
That hammer I thought was going to hit the Rainmaker, but no, the rest of the team is going to be swarming at Henlo, getting the pick with the Wiper, going to find another and just trying to evade this Reef Slider. So Henlo definitely doing their assignment on that Wiper, just being annoying and hard to catch. But these Tetras have been a real thorn in their side. It's going to, that 1v1, very close, goes in favor of Henlo, though.
Very much so, and we have My Little Henlo's having that Rainmaker in their possession once more, just trying to get to this checkpoint. If they can get to the checkpoint, the field is suddenly even out in, well, hopefully even out in score, because that is going to be a 2-point difference if they're able to, oh, beautiful 2 picks right there from the rain, and that is going to be checked for My Little Henlo. Kaide
gets a beautiful clip there, finding 2 nice picks, and that Rainmaker is there. Lead is going to be secured. Runs into the splat bomb, unfortunately. At least they have the lead, but again, no lead is safe until it's a knockout, and 53, that is definitely liable to fall at pretty much any second here.
Absolutely, here we are seeing awk-taw-puh-dees just waiting for an opportunity. They are playing, honestly, just a bit slow, just trying to find a perfect opportunity to clear a lot of center, but My Little Henlo is already fighting back with, oh, that almost was dangerous with that pop here. What we are seeing Henlo pop, that hammer just trying to find any, you know, anything really here, especially with their team being at a number disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, they used one of my favorite strategies to use when I'm playing with Well on Rainmaker is you just let it reset, and then the Well gets the instant pop, and all of a sudden you have mid control again. So really just cool strategy from awk-taw-puh-dees, and they're going to be using it to get a lot of control on this map here. That pen still being ever pervasive. The Sploosh tries to get something going there, move maker a bit, but not going to score any more points on it. So we got about 2 minutes left in this game. Still, we haven't seen like an actual Rainmaker humpback push, it feels like, but even still, just both these teams keeping it very close and not wanting to give the other team just too much of an edge to push with.
I need someone to take that far left side and flank. I feel like that would be really silly, and they have the option to do it, but it's at the risk of possibly losing a lot of the control center, because I feel like we're feeling like a lot of stall. It's exactly as you said. We're not getting any real pushes yet, but that might change with My Little Henlo just waiting for that opportunity to really rapidly approaching this choke here to try and get something going.
Yeah, absolutely. My little Henlo just trying to blow this game wide open. They have the narrowest of leads, and they definitely want to extend it. But that Wellstring, very hard to approach against, and the Tetris are definitely going to be waiting in the wings, potentially holding Slider. 2 are going to go down from My Little Henlo, too. So this push not got much longer to go on with. Slider not going to find his mark quite yet, but yeah, that Maker trapped in the corner. So we're entering the last minute of this game number 2 here. This is a huge opportunity for Octopuh-dees to get some points on the board, but they just have to find their way over there and get rid of Henlo behind them, getting the pick on the Maker.
Oh, huge pick here, right here. But as we see, I mean, there's 2 members down on Octopuh-dees, so this is going to get a little bit tight one way or another here. But again, these points aren't much to really get out of the way. If you rush this rain, even in this moment, like, you could possibly still get this lead. Actually, maybe not at this moment, but you know what I mean. It's a fragile lead.
Yeah, that Zuko was definitely headhunting for that Maker, but 2 go down on My Little Henlo here. Huge opportunity for Octopuh-dees. 3 go down. That's the lead here. And this Rainmaker still moving forward. 34 is where the lead is going to stand. Still very, very vulnerable, but there is the opportunity for Octopuh-dees to wall out this comp here with the Wellstring, with the Junior Splat Bombs and the Bubble, and with the Tetris constantly popping Slider. So it's going to come down to this last overtime push here. Can we see the defense from Octopuh-dees to get a game under their board? My Little Henlo going down player by player, though, not quite able to get anything started here, but this Maker just locked in this corner, afraid of moving forward.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna get really, really tight right here. Again, they have time to waste here on My Little Henlo. It turned into a really big statter, and I really applaud Kaede for just waiting it out here, just waiting for their teammates to really gather together here as the overtime counter continues to tick. I think that's around 20 seconds here left on that Rainmaker, and no!
Oh! Oh!
Goose! Wait, actually, no, yeah, I think that's Rainmaker lost. I'm pretty sure that game goes to Octopuh-dees. That was like right there. How close was that score? 2
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That's crazy. We both like gasped at that bomb. There was 1 bomb and there was 2 bomb, and we were like, I think they're dead.
Okay, it was a really good parry. It was a really good parry, and then the second one decided to drop, and I was like,
that's Junior, man. That's double splat bomb. That's triple auto bomb. It's so hard to move when you're in that scenario. Just so many explosives coming at you all at once. Just too much for My Little Henlo to handle there. So a game 2 win is going to be going in favor of Octopuh-dees here. Man.
Just what? It felt so stally for so much of the game, and it just exploded at the end. It was just like, we have 1 push each, make it count. I want to see all of those tensions, all of that adrenaline from that last game move on to the next match here. Umami Clams, my kind of hated, I'm not gonna lie.
We both get one map that we just absolutely hate. I've been noticing.
Listen, I don't hate it. It's just not my preferred map, because if you get locked out here, it's really brutal. It really is brutal if you do get locked out here, and the mid feels really finicky because you have to have at least that centerpiece to really have control of the center. And our matches are still going on around us. You know, putting the maps aside for a second, it looks like the matches are still going on here. We haven't seen any finish sets, as you know, each SplatoonTourney has we have those sets we saw earlier.
Yeah, we're seeing them a little bit down there at the bottom and now on the screen. Prickly Pear up 2-0 over Siku got kicked out. Bubble won that game 1 over C Bubble. No Boys Allowed won that game 1 over Z tier players. So far we're the only set where both teams have scored, but I'm sure that is going to be quick to change as the rest of the sets progress.
Yes. I love to see these. I love to see these. Thinking I'm gonna like start exploding at like the thought of this entire tournament. It's not fun. Like you're gonna see a.
It's just so cool. There's just so much going on. This is when you gotta watch back. I think like it's just there's just so much. But like,
is my peak Slater? No, it didn't. If it peaks later, no, it didn't. If it peaks later, no, it didn't. But we are going to be going right into it. Will there be any comp changes? Question mark.
Game number 3 here. Yeah, there might be some comp changes. I don't think the sploosh is going to stay. Yeah, we're going to be going back to that ink brush here. I think the same stuff going to be coming out from Octopuh-dees, except going back to that bamboozler that was there in game 1. Again, keeping with triple auto and the double splash bomb, Junior, I'm just noticing. So that's a lot of bombs, but I'm not sure how much is going to help here on Clamblets.
Sure, I am also seeing Ninja Squid on the Bamboozler, which is also an interesting pick. I just noticed that. I think that's also kind of cool though. But we are going to see this really nice crab coming out from Black here to just help My Little Henlos get a lot more space here on the brush is already in the back. Like, all right, whatever, I guess.
You know what? I forgot there's an ink brush on Clamblets. I forgot that this just kind of happens. Early basket pop from My Little Henlo. That's definitely got to be on some kind of speedrun.com record, but even still, not going to get too many points off it, just down to 71, but definitely going to rattle awk-taw-puh-dees a little bit, I think.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's going to be like a, hey, by the way, we could be behind you. I don't know, though. But Ted just going in for one, getting picked off for one here. I feel like it's just going to be a little bit of that, a little bit of stall in center. Katie able to get a really nice pick off the board. That's going to be 2 down, or was 2 down on the side of awk-taw-puh. Oh, no.
Whoa! The craziest technology with that cooler stand is going to save their life, but the bombs are going to be too much for Kaiden to survive through. 2 down on either side, but the clam economy overwhelmingly in favor of My Little Henlo, and that hammer doing damage in the middle of this map. Another pick here for Henlo, and just, oh my goodness, this clam economy for My Little Henlo is just so incredibly much.
Yeah, and I feel like this crab is going to come out any second right now, trying to find those pigs, trying to make that spin, just trying to take Kami out, able to do so successfully, able to take 2 down, 3 down on the bunnies, and there goes that second power climb into the basket, and scores all the way down to 16. Oh, okay, Pinky, this is going to get really tight really quickly.
This is your seed 1, folks. Oh my goodness, and that kid has all the clams necessary for this knockout. What a statement here for My Little Henlo. My goodness.
They don't play. They said, oh, we went down 1? Nuh-uh. No, and they just sped ran this match. That's literally what it was. That was just a speed run. Like, are we just gonna let that slide or?
Somebody Salt's gonna make a video about this match, I swear to God. Like that was crazy.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema.
Oh,
we're not serious, bro.
Hey, if you wanted serious commentating, hey, there's 4 other streams you can check out. You'll be fine.
Serious enough. We're serious enough. Like,
exactly.
You know.
But yeah, both games My Little Henlo won were completely shut out. That game 2 was very, back and forth for most of it, but I mean, the Zones game and the Clans game were just complete, utter blowouts for My Little Henlo, and they're already at set point here.
Yeah, it seems like the one match that it got really close at was just the one that was just so different from just about every map in this game. And Peter, the horse is here. The horse is here. We're starting Shipyard Tower.
Why'd they bring this map back? Prickly Pear already got that 30 clip over CQ got kicked out. Glub won another game over Sea Bubble as well. So CQ got kicked out, our first team in the losers bracket, but their tournament's not over by any means. They still have a whole losers bracket to survive through. But if you could choose, you'd want to be in the winners bracket for sure. It's a lot easier for Ride.
Yeah, because if you come out of losers bracket, even if you win the winners, the grand right there, you might just have to go into reset. You will have to go into reset if you're coming out of losers bracket. Actually. So, yeah, you usually want to be in winners. But, again, Prickly Pear being the first one to finish up their sets. Congrats on that front. But, looking at our match, I think we still got some games left over.
Yeah, we still got a little bit to go. We have Game 4 on Tower Sturgeon, the map that's in this game for some reason. I'm curious to see how these teams are going to be shaking things up, if at all. I feel like both these teams are a little bit set in stone. I mean, awk-taw-puh-dees, I think, is kind of signature for their double Tetra Bamboo. Maybe we'll see some AoE options. Of course, I'd love to see some Blaster whenever I can. But I don't know. I think both teams are kind of set in stone on what they want.
Yeah, and don't fix it if it ain't broke. And, if you're working with what you're comfortable with, maybe there is some sort of approach that can change to make things work better in your favor. So we'll be seeing S-Blast, never mind.
Whoa.
And Rabbit. Okay, I can work with that.
I stand corrected. I've never been happier to be wrong. Flop Stoppa going to be going with that S-Blast 91. Henlo going with the Forge Pro, a weapon that's been memed on for being played in top level is actually being played in a high-level tournament.
Crazy work, but hey, if it works, it works. We would, I don't know what the thought was there. I guess Booyah Bomb, but I'm surprised you're getting off of Wiper there for it. Oh, there's gonna be a little bit of a scrap here on the right side with Gummy being forced to jump out right there. But it looks like awk-taw-puh-dees are gonna be the first ones to get some points on the board and quickly approaching that first checkpoint as well. Just trying to look to break it, maybe not. A race slider cancel is gonna be huge too. This is gonna be silly.
Oh, and the Rapid's going to find the pick on the S-Blast as well that was trying to swim in. So awk-taw-puh-dees definitely, you know, they've been in the driver's seat for a lot of this game number 4, and they are looking to continue that, making sure this first minute's not a fluke, but they're down to just their 2 Tetras, and a lot of mid controls being held by My Little Henlo. The slider, though, going to give Ali a second chance at life.
Second chance of life indeed. And again, we're stuck in the middle for this most part. Really, either one of these teams is looking for just a big enough advantage to really get themselves going for a lot of points. And I think My Little Henlo is going to be looking to do that very soon, considering a lot of mid is going to start. Never mind, they went to the never mind. Splat gets a pick. You know, Splat is going to be splatting people. You know, don't even ask me because Splat is just never mind. Splat is dead.
Commentator's Curse of Ra. Yeah, man, 69 to 68. What is going on? There's just... This map has been utter chaos this entire time. 69 to 68 is where the scores stand. Neither of these teams have even broken a checkpoint, but the Tetra's going to go down there in that fight club. So My Little Henlo trying to get an actual push going and breaking that first checkpoint here, but awk-taw-puh-dees is not going to make that easy. But here comes that crab tank from Splat, trying to get the pick on the Rapid. It's going to do with the help of the teammate, and that's that first checkpoint being taken as well as that lead.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we are seeing that snowball that we've been waiting to see here. Splat, my go just taking, okay, I don't know what this splash is on, dude, because we gotta talk about that. What is Splat's problem, dog? This isn't funny anymore. You can't just do that. You can't just win a 1v1 against a Tetra, dude. Okay, whatever, I guess. We take those.
Win a 1v1 versus a Tetra and then do it again. Like, Splat ate their Wheaties this morning. Like, they're on another one. And My Little Henlo going to be taking the set 3-1 over awk-taw-puh-dees. That was just a wild ride from the start of it, but it was very much My Little Henlo throughout the 3 games that they won. So kudos to them, but that set was a ride.
It was, I felt like I was, yeah, it's been a ride. It's been a roller coaster. The ups and downs. Again, we saw the glimpse of hope for awk-taw-puh-dees, but My Little Henlo decided to lean forward a bit in their chair and take it home. I was actually a little nervous right there in our last match, but they took it home. They locked it at the end. They snowballed it and they called it a day. And whatever Splat was doing, honestly, I don't know what bro's problem is.
Bro just had beef with the Tetras, I guess, and was like, nah, I'm taking you down. That's crazy work. Man, Glove versus Sea Bubble gonna be up 2-1. No Boys Allowed versus these year's players still at 1-0. I wonder if there's something going on with that set over there, but hey, we finished our set. Things are happening.
We're done. My Little Henlo being the second ones to finish off here. Again, I don't even know what to like say about this match because it felt like such a it was both serious and unserious at the same time. Like, there was just so much happening. I'm like, once again, can I point at Splat, who's for some reason picking fights with Tetras? As a splash?
As a splash? That weapon is not supposed to be able to fight without pressing in the right stick and proving them wrong. Also, I just want to say this because I've been alluding to it in the comm chat. awk-taw-puh-dees, you better be grateful that I practiced how to say your name before the stream, because I was so ready to call you awk-taw. So I got permission. Hey, I got permission. I gave a non-shot, Falcon. You can't get mad at me anymore.
My brother in Grace. No, I think I would have exploded if you actually told me what awk-taw. I think
just in the midst of it, yeah.
It just would have been.
Just the
say it again, I hear you.
Keep an eye on the multicast myself, just because I've never seen.
Oh my goodness! But I think that's gonna wrap up this game right here.
Looks like something that on paper Glove to be able
bit of a break after this live look at them. Too. They're doing analyzing. Yeah, the games are done. We got nothing to look at yet. That doesn't mean we're done. Because we're gonna have another set for you guys here. We're gonna be following down into the losers bracket and see which teams are gonna be fighting to stay in the tournament or not. So don't go anywhere. Pink and I will see you very soon.